Dumped by her cheating ex and tired of the rumors, Hong Yen makes a desperate move. She tells everyone her best friend, Yi Chan, is her new boyfriend.
So let's get started with the recap. The drama tells the story of Hong Yang, who was just broken up with by her boyfriend. Because of this, her classmates do not stop talking behind her back and mocking her. And although Hong Yang is already tired of this, she does not dare to confront her classmates. The only one who defends her is her best friend, Yi Chan, so many people think that he likes her. Upon arriving home, Hong Yan talks with her brother Gil Dong, who, upon hearing her story, advises her to face the situation. So Hong Yan goes live, where she reveals that Hei Jin only dated her because a girl who hated her asked him to play with her feelings, and the relationship ended when she found out the truth. Upon learning this, some people start making mocking and pitying comments, like she would never get a boyfriend. So, an angry Hong Yan declares that she already has a new boyfriend. However, upon realizing the lie she just told, she cuts the live stream. The next day, when Hong Yan arrives at school, her classmates and Hei Jin ask her who her new boyfriend is, to which Hong Yan does not know what to answer. Just then, Yi Chan walks in and tells everyone that he is her boyfriend. This surprises several people, including Yi Chan, so Hong Yan quickly grabs his hand and they both head to the school basement. Once alone, she asked him to pretend to be her boyfriend, to which Yi Chan initially refuses, but finally agrees. Upon leaving, they see that her classmates are not very convinced of their relationship, so Hong Yan decides to act like a sweet girlfriend and leaves with Yi Chan. Arriving at Yi Chan's house, they both write a list of rules for their fake relationship, such as recording couple vlogs, holding hands at school, and Hong Yan cleaning Yi Chan's room once a week as payment for his help. After this, they both go to different places and record everything as evidence that they have been dating for some time. And they even buy couple backpacks, which uses up all of Hong Yan's savings, and she can no longer afford the watch she wanted. The next day in drama class, the teacher selects Hong Yan to play a romantic scene in which the boy kisses the girl. Both start acting, and the kissing part arrives. But since Yi Chan does not kiss her, their classmates begin to comment that their relationship is fake. So Hong Yan grabs Yi Chan's face and pretends to kiss him, but she is greatly surprised when he kisses her for real. The next day, Hong Yan and Yi Chan meet to film a vlog, and we find out that she bought him the watch he wanted. Minutes later, they both take a break, and Hong Yan takes the opportunity to moisturize her lips. But seeing her, Yi Chan remembers the kiss and becomes very nervous. As the days pass, Yi Chan continues to get nervous every time Hong Yan holds his hand or gets close to him, which didn't happen before. One afternoon, Hong Yan goes to clean when her brother Gil Tong suddenly rings the doorbell. So a scared Hong Yan reveals to Yi Chan that she stole $30 from her brother to buy the watch and asks him not to open the door. However, Yi Chan tells her that Gil Tong knows his house code, and at that moment, the door opens. So she quickly hides under the covers. Upon entering, we see Gil Tong with a food container that his mother had prepared for Yi Chan. Seconds later, he asks him if he has seen his sister, to which Yi Chan replies no. However, Gil Tong doesn't believe him and decides to lift the blanket, but Yi Chan doesn't allow it, saying that he passed gas. So Gil Tong finally leaves the place. After this, Hong Yan comes out, and Yi Chan complains about her getting into his bed, but he gets so nervous that Hong Yan starts teasing him. The school trip day arrives, where Hong Yan and Yi Chan take the opportunity to film vlogs and take photos. However, Hei Chen observes them and begins to suspect their relationship is fake. That night, the girls and boys gather for a game of questions and challenges, where Hei Jin asks them how many days they have been together and what their last date was. However, their answers do not match, which causes Hei Jin's suspicions to grow even more. Finally, Hei Jin asks them who fell in love first, and Yi Chan reveals that he liked Hong Yan even before she dated Hei Jin. His answer surprises everyone, especially Hong Yan, so Hei Chan takes her hand and they both leave the place. Once alone, Hong Yan tells Yi Chan that his acting was so good that she almost believed his words. However, he confesses that he really likes her and that it has been this way since they were children, as she always used to visit him to bring him food and play with him. So by spending time together, he fell in love with her. This confession makes Hongyeon start to feel nervous being with Hee-chan, so much so that she can't look him in the eyes, so she starts avoiding him, which makes Hee-chan sad. The next day, Haejin visits Hongyeon and confesses that he still likes her. However, she tells him to get lost since he only used her, and because of him, everyone made fun of her. Hearing this, Haejin replies that they are the same, as she is also using Hee-chan, so in the future, he will end up just like her and be the laughingstock of the school. Seconds later, Hee-chan arrives and tells Haejin to stop bothering Hongyeon. He finally leaves, but hours later, he sends a message to Hongyeon telling her that he will tell everyone that their relationship with Hee-chan is fake. Hongyeon can't stop thinking about this, so she ends up having nightmares in which she sees Hee-chan sad because of the teasing and blaming her for everything. A scared Hongyeon gets up and sends a message to Haejin, agreeing to do everything he asks in exchange for him to not hurt Hee-chan.
Due to this, she starts distancing herself from him. So much so that she doesn't even answer his messages despite being on her phone all day. This worries Hee-chan so much that he goes to her house and asks why she is avoiding him. Just then, Hongyeon's phone rings and Hee-chan asks who it is, but she doesn't answer, so he takes her phone, and upon answering, he discovers that it was Haejin she was talking to lately. She tells him that she only did it so that he wouldn't reveal that their relationship is fake. However, this does not convince Hee-chan, as he believes that at this rate, she will start dating Haejin again, and angrily throws her phone. This makes Hongyeon very angry, who yells at him to leave, but once alone, she bursts into tears because she only wants to protect him. The next day, Hongyeon decides to fix things with Hee-chan, but he doesn't go to school. So later she goes to his house to look for him, but she doesn't find him there either. This makes her so sad that she starts crying while remembering all the moments she lived with him. The next day, at school, Hongyeon has a stomach ache and goes to the infirmary. Haejin arrives with medicine, but she asks him to leave and tells him that she no longer cares what he says, because the truth is she likes Hee-chan, although unfortunately she realized this too late. His words make Haejin feel identified with her, and he decides to leave her alone. On the way back home, Hongyeon goes to the restaurant where Hee-chan used to eat, but doesn't find him there either. However, she does find her drama teacher. It turns out that she's dating the owner of the place. Surprised by the news, she decides to tell someone, and since Hee-chan isn't available, she tells her brother. But he ignores her because he's playing video games. This makes Hongyeon miss Hee-chan even more because he always listened to her. However, she is greatly surprised when Gildan tells her that he's playing with Hee-chan, so upon finding out that he's at a cyber cafe, she quickly goes in search of him. When she finds him, she scolds him for disappearing without warning and confesses that these days without him have been very sad because she not only sees him as a friend, but is also in love with him. This makes Hee-chan very happy, who hugs her, and seconds later, she takes his hand and takes him home. Once there, she tells him that she only talked to Haejin because she didn't want him to hurt Hee-chan by revealing the truth, and Hee-chan apologizes to her for having disappeared without letting her explain things. Seconds later, he approaches and asks her to be his girlfriend, which she accepts, and they seal their love with a kiss. In this way, their relationship as a couple begins, in which we see them spend time together and continue maintaining that trust and friendship they have. We also see them continue filming their vlogs in which they share fun, tender, and romantic moments, thus ending the story.
If you liked it, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other recap. Until next time!